Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And I have a diamond in the rough for you guys to meet today. His name is Larry Martin. He is a running back out of Ashland University. Nice to have you, sir.
It's a pleasure.
So I feel like you're a name who really people need to get to know here recently. Been all conference these past two seasons. Um, gonna get your name out there more, man. But let's first uh, start it off from the beginning, man. Tell me where you're from, and we'll move along with your journey.
Okay, so my name's Larry Q. Martin. I'm a running back out of Pickerington North High School. I lived in Pickerington, played in Pickerington all my life. I went against a lot of great guys in high school. I got a bunch of boys who are playing Power Five football who are going to be, you know, draft picks in these next upcoming years. In high school, I played linebacker for the first 2.5 years, and on varsity. Um, got a new head coach. My old head coach went to YSU to coach with his brother. New head coach came in. He said, "Hey, we're gonna move you to running back." And then he said that's going to set you better up for college. And I wasn't the most happy about it, but in the long run, I understood anything to help the team win. So my last 2 years, I played running back and did pretty well there, enough to make it to Ashland. I also, in high school, I played 3 years of lacrosse. A lot of people don't know, but I tell all my college buddies I was a better lacrosse player than I was football player at first. As you know, now the roles kind of reversed, but that was my early years in high school.
Well, that's fine. I mean, but dude, let's be real. The money isn't in lacrosse. So,
That's the truth.
it's a great sport, and I don't mean to
Hmm.
knock it. But there are some scouts out there that do like players who have participated in other sports.
Hmm.
So playing the game of lacrosse is a different type of game, man. There is this big there's this like hard freaking rubber ball that's like being flung by your head that you
Yup.
need to make sure to avoid at least. And you need to have the hand-eye coordination to catch that damn thing. Which I don't know how you guys do it, man. Like I've never been able to figure it out. But
Football with a stick. Football with a stick.
Yeah, it's kind of a wild sport, but interesting that you were very good in that sport. Obviously, it does take a lot of skill.
Yeah.
Um, again, you had mentioned Pickering North High School is where you went to school. Very competitive football there.
Yes, sir.
Larry, how long have you played football, man?
I've been playing football since I was 6 years old, so I've been playing basically all my life.
Hmm. Well, hey, it's all good, but obviously your coaches in high school thought you'd be best as a running back instead of a linebacker. Um,
Yeah.
Probably due to size. Let's
Yep,
be
I'm not the
real.
tallest. I'm
You
not the
know,
tallest in the bunch.
what is your current height and weight these days, man? Just to kind of throw that out there.
I'm weighing at the showcase. I weigh in at 5'8", 215.
Yeah, so
Uh,
5'8", 215, like, could you play running or linebacker? Absolutely. We're not trying to say that isn't possible, but certainly with that body type, you are more geared towards
yeah.
the running back, big, thick, body, low center of gravity so that you can sort of maneuver a little bit and try and squeak through holes and such and all that. So yeah, a little different, but neat. Again, Pickering North High School, you talked about some of the great talent that comes through there. What do you remember most about your time as a football player there, man?
Just the competitive practices, man. When I got to college, high school football was a little harder because I was playing with a lot of guys who were going Power Five. So making the transition to D2 was really easy for me. There we competed every day, ran every day, lifted every day, and we kind of went at each other every day, which well, I've seen there are a lot of high schools. It's just not the same like us. So. I think it set me up real well in high school. Going against, I got people like Jack Sawyer. I'm coming on the edge to block every day, so that kind of prepared me for what was yet to come, and kind of gave me a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, obviously you highlighted Ohio State's edge rusher there, who will look for next season. Again being matched up against that guy. Larry, not everybody is in your situation coming out of high school. Where you're playing against some of these really top level 4 and 5 star athletes coming out. Obviously in a pretty decent spot. So the transition you had mentioned fairly easily to Ashland. I did kind of want to briefly touch on this whole recruitment process. I mean, was it always going to be Ashland, or did you have other prospects coming out of high school?
I had a Davenport, a few of the GLIAC, a lot of the D2 schools reached out. Almost every D2 school kind of reached out to me in Ohio. I always knew I wanted to play in Ohio, stay close to home. But our my old head coach Lee Owens, his sales pitch was, it should piss you off that you guys are coming here because you guys all could play Division 1 ball. And that was kind of what reeled me in. I also had Coach Geiser like, hey, this is a great opportunity for you to blossom here. We still play good football down here. So that was kind of the anchor that got me into Ashland.
Yeah, and I mean, let's face it. I mean, dude, had you played maybe 1 or 2 more years at running back, God only knows what would have happened.
Absolutely.
But obviously, you ended up at Ashland, which turned out really not to be a bad spot for you. I mean, again, been all conference, won some great games there. So let's get to talking about Ashland. So let's just look at the university first, and
Mm-hmm.
what they have to offer. In general, man, what makes that place special for you?
Probably the relationships and bonds I built. I know I came in with a lot of guys who had the same mentality as me. So probably, yeah, and it's a great education spot. People respect the degree you get from Ashland. So that was a big one for me. We have the #1 cafeteria in the nation for some reason. That was another big reason. Um, and our facilities are great. We have an indoor now. We're always trying to, be a little more innovative than the Nets guy. So the coaches are great. We got some few young coaches I learned a lot from. We got a few new coaches I learned from a lot from. We got a coach who played in the league, Jim Cordell, and they kind of all got around me and made me a better football player, smarter football player, and they was able to grow me and blossom me as a running back. So knowing that prior to coming here, that was kind of why I chose Ashland.
Cool. Well, I mean, obviously they were the ones who really wanted you. They brought you in. I mean, again, you had highlighted, things like their facilities, their cafeteria. Competition there is really good, actually. Some guys coming out of there recently who have had opportunities at the NFL level, which is really nice. And so you might be that next guy, man. You might be that next guy
Hopefully,
to shock the world, make a 53-man roster. So we'll see here very soon. So.
absolutely.
Talk to me a little bit about y'all's offense there at Ashland. When we look at everything there that you guys do, give me a feel for that.
So we run a spread normally, but we still go under center here and there. But we got weapons on the outside. We got weapons in the backfield. Playing with one of my teammates at running back, Giovanni Washington. He was kind of more of our fast home run hitter. And then you got me, who's more of a bruiser, who's going to get those extra yards. And then when we get into going, we can throw it down the field to some of our outside guys and stuff like that. So we kind of have the best of both worlds on offense. So much skill all around. Quarterback, he can sling it down the field. Our quarterback prior, he was able to run it down the field. So we kind of can do everything out of our spread offense, but it was fun to be a part of.
Cool. You had mentioned that you were kind of utilized as a bruiser, maybe a short yardage guy, a
Mm-hmm.
guy who I would be able to, have, confidence in short yardage situations like goal line and such, just to punch through for the score. So, but I do just kind of want to get a feel for how you perceive yourself as a running back. I mean, first off, man, we talked a little bit about like that, some of the ways that they used you, but I want to hear from you that one play that you love being able to run for your team. So give me like your favorite play. that
Right.
was it's kind of like
Right.
bread and butter.
It's probably our trap play, 46, 46, 47. That you just gotta have a bunch of patience for it. And when you see the hole, you hit it. You hit it running. So running counter, a whole lot of counter and power stuff. That's things I more blossom in, but I can still run the zone real well. So 32, 34, ran toss a whole lot this year too. So anything that can get me in between tackles or on the edge, I can do. So
Great.
uh, my favorite play, yeah, it definitely has to be 40, 46, 47. Got to be a little gritty to get in there, break a tackle or two, and you're off to the races.
Nice, nice. And as a kid growing up in Ohio, just kind of wondering maybe perhaps who were you a big fan of growing up? I mean, I'm assuming a linebacker since you played linebacker, but who was it for you growing up there in Pickerington?
Definitely who I looked up to in Pickerington, more specifically. Is that what you're saying, asking?
Yeah, like as a kid, you're 8 years old, 10 years old. Who were you a big fan of then?
Godwin Igwebukwe. He was one of our linebackers at Pickerington North. No, he was one of our running backs at Pickerington North, who he has all the records there, and he's actually on the. I believe he's with the Steelers right now. That cat, he could do it all, run down the field, run you over. He was always a guy I looked up to. So I would have to go with Godwin Igwebukwe.
Awesome. Nice to be able to, have that, trend there with that school. Again, that school is, bringing out a lot of great talent. So nice to be a fan of those guys and really follow them in their career. So,
Absolutely.
um, cool. So obviously, you're at a crossroads right now, man. I mean, you are finishing up your time at Ashland and then now moving forward, maybe hopefully soon in the league. So we're looking at you as an NFL prospect. What do you feel is the best thing you have going for you as a prospect?
Probably my explosiveness and power. I can see guys like Jalen Warren, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, who are running backs of my size who are blossoming in the league right now. So I kind of model my game after guys like those who can block, who can run in between tackles, run the zone real well, catch the ball when they need to. So that's kind of how what I can bring to the table.
Nice. Larry, I was just kind of take a little bit of time and just I don't know, maybe reminisce a little bit about your time there at Ashland. Um, Go ahead and talk about maybe one of your best highlights, man. What are you going to remember most about your time there? Is there maybe like a big rivalry game that you loved playing, or even like a specific play that you can walk me through that you guys were able to execute to perfection?
Easily. Finley's a longtime rival of ours. So they got us probably they beat us 2 years during my tenure here, and this past year we went into four overtimes with them. A big play I can take out of that game, we is 0-0 early in the second quarter. It's 4th and 1, bring the heavy hitter in, and try to, get the first down. Ended up running 34, and I got the ball, made one man miss, and outran the safety for a touchdown to start the game. So that was probably one of my biggest highlights here.
Awesome. Well, obviously able to turn out some great wins there for Ashland, put together a solid career. Again, just wanted to highlight the fact that you were two-time first team all conference, which is great. But you finished up your time there, and then recently had an opportunity to go down to Texas and participate in the College Gridiron Showcase. So I just kind of want to get your thoughts and opinions, man. And what was your time like down there?
It was fun. It was a lot of testing that they do getting ready to go to pros. Got to talk to some guys who've been in the league, who was running the camp, and I got to talk to a lot of guys coming from these Power Five programs, which was awesome. Got to make a few new friends. Well, I didn't know, expect all like the size difference was interesting to me. Everybody was huge there, so being able to showcase my talents against those guys and see how I match up coming from a Division II program, it was awesome to see. I could go toe to toe with those guys.
Yeah, I mean, let's just face it, there is a little bit of difference. I know a lot of people don't like to hear it, but there is a little bit of difference as you look at the, level of competition. Typically, it's the dudes up front, on the line. Um, but I kind of got to throw this your way, because this might be something that you can really take and maybe use for a little bit of fuel. But what do you got to say to all them doubters who say this is just a small school kid? He's just a D2 athlete. Um, how does that hit you, man? Like, how do you respond to that?
It fueled me that fueled me all 4 years here because I always in the back of my mind like, hey, I can go up and play better ball and still and execute and perform and progress as well as I did down here. So I kind of keep that in the back of my pocket, in the back of my mind, and kind of work harder than try my best to work harder than everybody else. Like there's not a day I don't take off, not a day I take for granted. So I kind of carry that in the weight room on the field, getting extra reps, getting extra uh, film time. So, but that was a great fuel for me all of my college tenure.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that really a lot's changed since coming in as a freshman. So, what would you say has changed the most for you? I mean, you come in, you're, 18 years old, fresh out of high school, and now what? Uh, when you look at yourself now versus back then, how would you describe that difference?
Um, Probably just getting faster and stronger and thing aspects like that, getting being more of an athletic and being more versatile. As the game goes on, people get more and more, are freaks of nature and are more going to be more athletic than you, going to be faster, you're going to be more stronger than you. So knowing that going into, training, kind of taking that role and putting your best efforts out there to progress yourself and do better. Like when I came in, I weighed 230. I was 5'8", 230 coming in as a freshman. And then I played and I was like, hey, I need to be a little bit faster. Add that to my game. I'm a strong guy. I'm always be a strong guy. Let's see what else I can elevate in my game. Then my sophomore year, I started hopped on the jug, started doing catching 100 balls a day and stuff like that, getting extra sprints when I can. And then my third year and fourth year, that's when I kind of put it all together. Like, hey, you need to break more tackles in space. Hey, you need to start finishing those long yard runs. So putting all that together, that's the probably the only transition that I had to learn during my tenure.
Yeah, losing a little bit of that baby fat, let's be
Yup,
real. That certainly helps, becoming a little bit more lean, as a runner. Obviously, certainly helping you there at Ashland. So,
absolutely.
Larry, do you want to take a moment to really just talk about anything else about you that you feel people need to know, whether it be your hobbies, interests, passions, if you have any secret talents, anything about you perhaps that you would like people to know. So, hit me with some.
I'm an exercise science major, so I'm a big fitness guy. Anything to help people get to where they want to be, I'm all about. Like well, I participate in Special Olympics, help out with that. That was awesome. I went to schools and gave them some fun exercises to do. Anything around that I can give back to my community while I have the time, I'm all about. So anything workout. Like I have my own fitness brand with one of my boys back at home. So we post videos of our workouts to try, reach out to those kids so they can kind of have somebody to look up to or follow to get to where they need to be.
Neat. Well, I mean, it's kind of nice to be able to have that at least in your back pocket. I mean, obviously, maybe when your football days are done and, you'll be able to help guys as like a trainer or a PT or, there's a lot of ways to, take that, and use it, professionally. Uh,
Absolutely.
I want to dive a little bit into a couple other things, again, just for fun. Um, are you a big movie guy? What would you say is like one of your favorite movies that you want to share about yourself?
Probably, I am a big movie guy. My roommate Eli Potts, he really got me into movies when I got here. and we're big horror film people. So every October, every October we watch all the Halloween saga. Halloween
Mm.
Kills is probably our favorite movie at the moment. Well, we go to movies every other week. We go hang out and do things in that aspect.
So, dude, I can't do that. Like, that's not me. But to each their own. That's fine.
Yup,
So, I was trying to think of a couple other things. Favorite snack food.
probably a Cliff Bar.
Cliff Bar. That's not much of a snack food. Come on now. Uh,
I'm a healthy guy, predominantly healthy guy. I don't really eat candy or soda. Anything that I can see will help me grow or help, fuel my muscles. I'm all about.
well,
So,
you're much more disciplined than I am. So that kind of comes with obviously being an athlete. And I get anything else about you, man? You have any special talents? Play any instruments? Have any pets?
I have my parents won't let me claim them, but I have two dogs at home. I have a Shih Tzu poodle Mitts and a European dog. I don't know. I don't quite know his Mitts, but he's a big dog.
He's a
So
mutt.
so I like to play around with them, take them on walks, do what I can, have a little fun with them.
Well, I appreciate you sharing just a little bit of you outside of a football player, but again, just kind of want to come back down and wrap this thing up, man. I mean, I know that you plan on pursuing the pros and want
Mhm.
to get there soon. So hopefully you had some time to sit down with some scouts during your time at the CGS. But for anybody else who you have yet to talk to, I want to give you the opportunity to talk to them, give them your pitch, tell them why you would be a great addition to their team. So close us with that thought.
Absolutely, you're gonna get not only a great person, but a great football player. All my life, I've been dedicated to my work and my passion towards football. I'm explosive. I'm powerful. I'm versatile. I can catch the ball. I can run in between tackles, and I'm patient. So all those things, I can see helping out for any professional football team. So
Certainly, you can hear some of the discipline too. That's as you're talking. I mean, obviously, uh, really has started from day one, man. Coming out of high school, great program. You're able to really establish yourself there at Ashland University. Got yourself a solid degree, which you're able to utilize as an athlete. And of course, now looking forward to being a professional someday. So, Larry, want to wish you very best of luck in that process. And you take care of yourself, all right?
appreciate you too.
No problem. So Larry Martin, he is a running back out of Ashland University. Check this guy out, man. He's a pretty good running back.
Appreciate